Alrighty, intro video for a really nice property at Timber Shoals Ranch. 3-acre tract, direct frontage on the take line, so you've got access to Bull Shoals Lake. It's about half wooded with nice mature timber and about half open meadow, and it is gorgeous. We'll jump into it in a minute. It's here outlined in red. This large peninsula you see, this is Timber Shoals Ranch. The water is Bull Shoals Lake, which is a Corps of Engineer lake, much like Table Rock Lake right in Branson. This property is about 15 miles from Branson, but Table Rock, this is Bull Shoals. There are quite a few Corps of Engineers lakes. And basically what that means is the water itself and then a buffer strip going back from the water is owned and controlled by the Army Corps of Engineers. And that's so that they can raise and lower the water level with the dam for flood control and possibly power generation, I'm not sure. So private folks like you and I can't own the actual water frontage on a Corps of Engineers lake, but if you're super lucky, you can have frontage on the take line at the Corps of Engineer land, and this property happens to have that. So what that does is that gives you direct access to all the shaded land that you see. So there's actually miles of shoreline that you can walk to from your property, and you can actually also use that for hunting. So similar situation to having land on a national forest or other public land for hunting, which is extremely in demand. Well, you've got that same situation here, but you've also got access to Bull Shoals Lake, which is pretty fantastic. So before I zoom in, like I said, the peninsula itself is Timber Shoals Ranch. To get there, you take Moe Ark Road right on down here. This line here is the state line. Missouri over here, Arkansas over here. So you get right to the state line. Moe Ark is paved, and then you take a jog to the left onto the gravel easement road, and that's what you'll take down to the property. As far as putting your boat in the water, there are two spots specifically that we've used. There might be more, but I know of these two. The first is way down here at the end. It's what we call the Sandy Beach area on the south side of the peninsula. So it's named Sandy Beach area because the first 8 or 10 times we went down there was a huge, beautiful sandy beach. And then when they raise the water level a little higher, like in the summertime, the sandy beach is basically covered and the water is up to this vegetation, but you can still use it to put your boat in the water and picnicking and swimming and all that good stuff. It's still available for that. It's just the water level is a little higher and covers much of the sandy beach. So that's one area. Another one that we've used is this pink line that goes to State Line Cove. So this pink line itself is on the Missouri side. And it's not an easement, but we do happen to own this portion of the meadow on the Missouri side. You're welcome to cross over it. Then when you get to the shaded area, now you're in the Corps of Engineer land. Just follow the trail right to State Line Cove, and that's a hard-packed gravel, gentle incline into the water, which is also a good place for us, anyway, to launch a pontoon boat and some jet skis. And there's plenty of room for parking here, cleared area. Just a couple primitive launches that are really handy. Okay. So let's zoom in here. Whoops, there we go. Okay, so if you're coming to the property, like I said, you take Moe Ark Road down to the state line, take a jog to the left, follow the gravel easement road. There's a barn right about here at the first Y. You're going to go left there. Stay to the right, go through a small little meadow. Stay to the right, go through another small little meadow. Then you come to another Y in the road. That's where you'll go left. And you're going to enter this large meadow area, and that's how you know that you're almost there. So the easement road wraps around the edge of that large meadow area. And as you get toward the east side of the meadow, you're at the property at track 17. So about 145 feet of direct frontage on the take line on its north end, which is awesome. And it's about 795 feet north to south on the west side, slightly less on the east side. So let's zoom in a little more here, see if our map changes in a minute. So I mean, you can see it just right on that Corps of Engineer land, extremely short walk right to the shoreline on the lake. You can fish right from the shore. The fishing, I'm told, is good all year round in Bull Shoals Lake, which is pretty great. You've also got this other, the trail kind of continues right down to the lake here. You can't put your boat in here because it's rockier, but I mean you can go right down. I don't know about, well, I don't think you're specifically allowed to have motorized vehicles in the Corps of Engineer land. I'm not sure that stops anybody, but use caution with that. But take your four-wheeler, your side-by-side, or whatever down there, and it is pretty cool. Okay, there it switched over. Okay, so this is in a fall aerial, I guess you'd say. You can see this beautiful open meadow about the south half of the property, and then the north half is basically covered with mature timber, and it is gorgeous out there. Not only is the meadow gorgeous, but the timber itself. There's some big timber on this property, actually. Check out the other videos and pictures to really see that. But I mean, this is a special property here. The other great thing about this tract, as we switch to the topo map, is, as the topo indicates, it's basically flat on the south side. And then as you go to the north, it starts to slope down gradually. And the north side, you've got kind of a draw that goes through here and ends up at the lake there. So maybe a wet weather creek bed, I would guess, after it's been raining hard. So I don't think you'd want to build there. But all this other stuff is certainly buildable. And I mean, you could build in the draw if you wanted to. I just don't think it'd be the smartest thing in the world. The other great thing about MapRight is, in many cases, it'll show us the FEMA floodplain. So we turn that on, and there's the floodplain. So this property is high and dry, which is fantastic. Okay. So yeah, I mean, really special tract. There's some great mature timber at Timber Shoals, and most of the properties are wooded. We happen to have just a few that have some open meadow, some pasture, and this is one of them. I think it's just a stunning property, super private. We've got property covenants in place to protect your investment and keep everything looking great. Feel free to check those out on the listing page. If you have any questions, just let us know. But InstantAcres.com is where you'll go to see if this is still available. Or you can give us a call, or of course send us an email. But yeah, this happens to be tract 17 at Timber Shoals Ranch. If you have any questions, let us know, but we would certainly love to hear from you.